Alright, it looks like we're getting another Mads time. Already, too. Let's connect to Mad Mikkelsen. Or Mad... Is it? I don't remember. Suddenly I forgot your name, dude. That's definitely a handgun you're carrying in your hand. What do you do with the handgun, dude? With that vicious look on your face, too. Oh, you got someone contacting me. Boss man?
Those new sites you brought into the network have helped us to restore more of our archives. Unfortunately, I still haven't managed to dig up anything about the BB's origins.
Okay.
And I'm completely locked out of BB-28's service record. If I could at least access that, I might be able to tell you why you've been experiencing those strange episodes. Well, I'll keep at it. You do the same.
Okie dokie.
Sam, check the terminal for available orders.
Alright. I'd imagine since... Oh, let's see what happens here real quick.
Set fragile up.
He is dropping again.
It's all in your cuff logs. And with the aid of the Cairo network, we were able to restore Middle Nut City's regional archives. The records corroborate our story.
Don't need you to tell me what's true and what ain't. I could hear it in her voice. Son of a bitch fucked her over good.
No reservations about working with her then, I hope.
Good news, Sam. The bot you sent out made it to its destination. The test was a success. Got another one prepped for you to use. Take it with my thanks.
One more thing, Sam. A new delivery type has been added to the terminal.
The bot delivery
Your
one?
hard work's getting noticed. Because
Oh.
of that, there's been some talk of offering a premium service.
Really?
Now, it might seem like a hassle to willingly take on extra restrictions, but if you succeed, you'll boost your rep even more. So, if someone asks you to deliver within a time limit, you could counter it by setting the limit even lower, thereby earning yourself a better evaluation if successful.
So increasing the difficulty for better rewards.
Give it a try.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Thank you. Alright, automated delivery system. Oh, I can see in the bottom right what's the conditions for the post delivery. Time it will take for it to deliver. How many bots are being delivered. This one's probably manageable at least. I kind of need to build more stronger connections with this guy. So I imagine the more deliveries he receives, the more I can build that connection over time. I love that singing for me. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel good. And then I gotta bring this to the weigh station. That's a lot of weight. I'll probably come back for that, as a matter of fact, because I gotta stop over at the Elder's place anyways. So let's take care of that real quick, and then I'll come back, grab those materials, and then go forward from there.
Surprised to see me, son? Don't worry, I'm not dead yet. Let's see now how much you've got.
Just one pen, isn't it?
This is a veritable mountain.
Maybe it's pens. Wow, that boosted me up quite a bit. Damn near 3 stars.
I know I said government's out to control people. Maybe they are. But let's face it, I'd be dead if you hadn't come through for me. If you hadn't bent over backwards to get me my medication. I see how you're all killing yourselves to save the country. Well, figure it's
He's gonna join up now.
to be useful.
That one job was able to get him to join with me now. At least that one extra
If
job.
I share my knowledge and memories with you, you'll use it to help other folks like me, right?
Oh yeah.
Be ashamed to let it go to waste. And more than that, we can't make it on our own. trying. But it took you to make me admit it. So, join me up. I'm ready to be part of it all.
Okie dokie. That worked out well. Hey, Pippin. Strand fabrication available here, and I got a new decoy available to me, and I got a new interview for the America of the past.
All done. I'm hooked up.
Yep.
Feels kinda nice. Thanks for sorting that out. Until next time.
Peace, old man. Peace. And we are making our way down to the weather station to deliver a chirogram gauge.
To head to the bridge's weather station and connect your Cupid. You'll also need to install a chiralium gauge.
The gauge will measure fluctuations in chiral density much more precisely. We'll be able to provide more accurate forecasts for timefall and other phenomena. Timefall and elevated chiralium levels have a strong correlation with BT activity.
Ah.
So, installing this gauge will help us to help you and others like you.
That makes sense. So, BTs seem to be most prevalent, as we've noticed, whenever it's raining. And the heavier the rain, the greater the risk of BTs. So, by getting the station up and running, we can predict when BTs are going to be showing up in the area. And not only that, but it'll help keep us out of timefall locations. I'm probably going to need this decoy cargo. And this one apparently should drop some gas, if I remember correctly. Empty cargo that can be used to distract mules and others. When it's destroyed, it emits a noxic gas, knocking out noxious acts. Wow. Gas! Knocking out everyone else around him. I know. Let's go ahead and rearrange my equipment real quick. May as well get... Now that I think about it, I might want a ladder, and I may as well deliver this shared chip memory data too while I'm at it. For the most part, I'm noticing that shared chip memories are basically just collectibles in the game. They don't really serve much more purpose beyond that.
You're a saint, Sam. Thank you.
No problem. Peace out. Yamaha MT-09.
Thank you for your
Okay, let's fabricate some equipment. Let's grab maybe... Grab one of these because it comes in pairs of 3s, and then 2 ladders, just in case. I'm going to probably need some container sprays as well. And then 1 PCC. Okay, I think I'm good. Got a blood bag there. I think I should be good to go. My load should be pretty big at this point. Oh yeah, it's towering over me. How you handle that on your back, Sam, I don't know. But that's impressive. Alright, how am I gonna get through this whole dealio? So I can't really see the terrain too well. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to the edge over here and activate a watchtower. At least construct a watchtower. I think right here should do just fine. And maybe I'll have a better idea of how to lay out the route ahead of me. Watchtower. Use the watchtower. Alright. Wow, this is a lot of rough terrain. This is... Alright, so I'll have to go around all that grassland by the looks of it. Can I zoom? Yeah. I can zoom in once. I'll have to go across the grassland, get across the river. That looks like that is territory for mules. So I could ride the water line a little bit. But again, this is all rock formation right here. It's not going to be possible for me to drive up that. So what I might have to do is, let's see. If I were to take this route over here, to cut across. No, it's even just as bad in a lot of ways. I don't think there's much of any other choice I have other than to cut through the river entirely, which will drain the hell out of the battery. And even then, I don't know if there's any real way for me to climb up this thing. We'll give that a shot. We'll try driving along the water line and hope there's a hill on the other side. It's a big gamble, but if it works out, it works out. Okie dokie. Deliver this chiral gauge.
Delivering cargo. Hello. Sam Bridges, right? We've been expecting you.
Is that the
The
case?
gauge you brought is going to save a lot of lives. Let me do a quick inspection.
Make it quick. Make it real quick.
Wonderful. It's in perfect
That was fast.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing it so quickly. Special alloy can now be used at all UCA affiliated facilities. The amount of materials that can be used at a weather station has increased. Okie dokie. So now, new materials now available. At level 100 now. 98. Inching little bits at a time.
Once you connect us to the network, we'll be able to share our measurements with everyone. You mind doing the honors?
Here we go. It's not like I've seen this hundreds of times. Not really been hundreds, but... It's called hyperboles. Hyperboles. Watch me float. Because even it floats down here, too. Alright, so I got an expanded network now. New strand is these assholes. And I got a floating carrier. New data. Chiral clouds and timefall. And local data is enabled HQ bridges for a new structure for your PCC. The timefall shelter and a safe house. Only if you're using level 2s though. A new addition has been added to your cufflinks. Weather forecast.
I'm sure they told you, but this weather station was built before the Death Stranding. Bridges 1 came and fixed it up. Unfortunately, we lost contact with our weather satellites a while back. Interference from chiral clouds. So it's been tough to measure chiralium levels and predict timefall. But thanks to you, this weather station can finally function as intended. You made our jobs easier. Now let us do the same for you. We won't let you down, I promise. Take care.
I see you got the weather station back online. Excellent work, Sam. When a region is integrated into the chiral network, it's also brought closer to the beach, in a manner of speaking. There's a significant impact on chiralian levels, and measuring that impact is one of the Cupid's primary functions. The more we know, the more accurately we can determine where to expect timefall and when. Without the chiral network, we'd be left guessing. Oh, and thanks to your latest accomplishment, you can now review the weather forecast via your cufflinks. Check your map. You'll see. Ought to come in handy when you're planning routes. I'll keep an eye on the chiral density from right here in my lab. It's not too far from South Knot City. Keep processing those orders and you'll put that region on the grid soon enough. Good luck, Sam.
Good work, Sam. That's one more site on the grid. Keep it up and we'll be finished before you know it. The weather station's forecast should be visible to everyone on the chiral network now, yourself included. You can access them via your cufflinks. Could be useful when plotting your routes.
So, my understanding of how the chiral network is using this weather station, in theory, I suppose, is that... Let's go ahead and take a look at it, as a matter of fact.
Weather forecasts can now be viewed via your cufflinks. Should come in handy when you're on the road.
So, the chiral network connects everything to the beach, which the beach in every way kind of fast forwards like things going through it quickly, because the beach itself doesn't obey the laws of time and physics. So what they're doing is that they're using the beach as a way to transmit data through from one place to another instantaneously, because the beach doesn't obey the laws of time. So if they're collecting data in a region, they're sending that data over to the weather station. That weather station is getting it instantaneously through the beach, and then they can transmit that information into what would be translated as weather forecast. And then they bring it back through the beach so those people can see when timefall is going to occur in real time. I think theoretically that's the thing that they're talking about. So this is what it should look like. Blue areas indicate timefall, and arrows indicate the speed and speed of wind and its direction. Changing the forecast, you can predict time probably going forward, right? Yep. So you can see the timefall rain is closing in on me pretty closely. In about 30 minutes from now, it will basically be on the weather station, and you can see where the arrows are pointing. That's where it's eventually inevitably going to go. So 10 minutes from now, I'm bound to get hit by timefall. If I go back towards distribution center. Okay. Before I do that, let's take a look at that. Let's first take a look at the mail. It's from the craftsman. Porter coming through again. Hey Sam, remember that Porter I told you about? He came around again. Been at my old place, the one in the old ruins, you know? The one where you pick up that toolbox. As to why, well, he's gone and snatched up some of my belongings. A musty set of work clothes I let slip. I was pinning at our last meeting. Wasn't a proper ask or anything. More of a nice to be had 'em sort of thing. So I said the next thing I knew, he up and said he'll bring him back. I told him no, ain't nothing worth the hassle. No need to try to be another Sam. But he went and did it anyway. Came back good and safe and sound. He's not alone, though. He formed a team with other porters, one to keep an eye for BTs, another to manage the cargo. Neither of them got dooms, but together they managed as well as you did. At least they did this time, eh? It's amazing what people can do when they put their minds together, and when people like you is around to provide inspiration. That's actually a fascinating idea, to craft a team to do specific duties to kind of bypass the BTs. So that's creative, to say the least. Let's see here. Let's take a look at that interview. I'm curious about the timefall stuff. Alright. This one's from Hartman, and this is about the chiral clouds and timefall. This happened about 2 years ago in Hartman's lab. Why do chiral clouds form? Why does timefall occur? Why does it herald the manifestation of BTs? These are questions we still struggle to answer. As we know, BTs are formed of something akin to antimatter. Their first appearances conceded with the Death Stranding. Prior to that point, it is believed that there is very little in the way of antimatter present in our world at all. But we've since learned that this was far from the case. For even the Stranding, antimatter was all around us. Let's scroll down a bit. I did a scientific paper on the subject titled On Antimatter and Clouds. According to the paper, the gamma radiation generated by the lightning strike can be triggered by the formation of pistrons. And indeed, particles of antimatter can be detected inside regular rain clouds. The mechanism by which they are formed is not fully understood, but the mere existence of the phenomenon is enough to suggest something intriguing. Chiral clouds containing chiralium, yes? Well, what would happen if gamma radiation were acted upon them in the same way as it does regular clouds? Could chiralium excited by gamma radiation exacerbate minute distortion in time-space, somehow loosening the seam that connects us to our beaches? I'm a little confused by the lingo. That's a little bit more that I can process in my mind. But as he continues, he says, and if so, when the excited chiralium mixes with timefall and descends to the ground below, could the entire region beneath the clouds become more strongly connected with the beach as a result? This could explain why BTs appear in areas prolonged to timefall. Okay, so what I'm suspecting he's saying is that what happens is that with chiralium being in the clouds, what happens is that those clouds are getting bombarded by gamma rays from the sun. And what's happening is that those clouds, naturally as clouds, they begin to fall. And with all that timefall being cluttered in there because it's containing chiralium, it's naturally deadly because it's containing chiralium. So it ends up causing timefall. So yeah, what he's suggesting is that is it possible with chiralium falling to the ground in such heavy density that what's happening is that the beach is actually getting connected to that area more heavily condensed in chiralium, allowing BTs to pass through temporarily. I think that's his theory. And he continues, and if so, when the excited chiralium mixes, that's not where I'm at. Yeah, and he continues, this could explain why BTs appear in areas prolonged to timefall. Furthermore, if the antimatter we previously thought did not exist in any measurable quantity on Earth, in fact present in such commonplace phenomena as the very clouds above us, would this not lend credible to the theory BTs, beaches, the world of the dead, all of these things have existed long before the Death Stranding? Too much of a theoretical leap? Perhaps. I do not deny our world changed, drastically and irrevocably. Nevertheless, it could not be that the Death Stranding were merely a clap of thunder that just brought this great change to our attention, and not the change itself. So he's suggesting the idea that these things were always in place. The Death Stranding didn't just create all these things. What it was that it just connected the gaps between the world of the dead and the world of the living. And not only that, but the chiralium that has the timefall effect has always been there, but it's a mere side effect of the Death Stranding. Something else caused the Death Stranding, and the Death Stranding is causing these other events to occur that has always been there. I think that's what he's talking about. Alright, let's go ahead and listen to what they have to say about these guys.
Next on your agenda is a visit to a timefall farm. You're probably wondering how that works, since timefall ages and eventually kills living organisms. But in controlled amounts, Timefall can be used to grow plants at record speed. We're not talking about double or triple cropping. The process can yield several years' worth of produce in a single 12-month cycle.
Wow.
A couple runs the farm. One used to be an environmental scientist. He left the city to experiment with timefall as a means to turn the desert soil of void-out craters into arable land. He's also done research into gene modification to create plants capable of withstanding the rapid growth. His work caught Amelie's eye when she and her group were heading west. A sprinkle of rain, a burst of growth, and if you cut the water off at just the right time, you've got a farm that functions more like a factory. Our recent advances in weather forecasting should allow him to plan ahead and produce even more food. We have some genetically modified wheat we need you to bring to him. Connect the Cupid while you're there.
That's a fascinating idea. May as well listen to the briefing about
You're
this.
doing a great job, Sam. You've helped us expand the chiral network deep into the mountains. But our colleagues at the weather station still have it rough. And you know as well as anyone how treacherous the roads up there can get. They may be networked now, but they still need regular supply runs to survive. We'd like you to build a safe house nearby for other porters handling deliveries.
Really?
There's a perfect spot about halfway up the mountain I've designated as the building site. If it turns out there isn't enough there for our needs after all, you'll have to come up with the rest on your own.
Okay, may as well.
We've added a timefall shelter option to your PCC. They're perfect for keeping you and your cargo dry until the weather improves.
That's a really nifty ability. That'll help keep me covered. Another form of PCC available.
Your PCC's leveled up, so to speak. It now has the capacity to produce more complex structures. I'll let Mama fill you in on the details.
So I can produce a safe house, a private
Sam,
room.
I've added a safe house schematic to your PCC. It's a fairly large structure, so it'll take a lot of time and materials to build. But once complete, it's pretty much identical to a private room. Give it a shot.
Oh, and because they've already got the structure of how the private rooms are, like, copy and pasted through the 3D printer model, they can just literally print out the exact room replica to the T. That's crazy. And they're using that chiral network to get that real-time information as fast as they can.
A floating carrier is a kind
All
of...
you need to do is bring the material.
Chiral crystals keep it suspended in midair, allowing it to move unimpeded over rough terrain.
That's nifty.
You can load one up with cargo and tow it to your destination with minimal effort. If one's not enough for your needs, you can hook it up to another.
Wow.
And take two. Just keep in mind that carriers require a steady supply of chiral crystals to operate. Make sure you have enough to get where you need to go.
Again, they can levitate because of the fact that they're using chiralium, which defies the laws of physics. Well, may as well get a second one while I'm at it. Okay. Nifty. Let's go ahead and offload these. And we'll carry these on my back. Carry this on my back. And probably offload these. Okay. Let's see how much those floating carriers can handle. I mean, they're basically just little floaters, so probably can't be too much. Let's see. Quite a bit of weight I'm going to be throwing on you, little guy. Hopefully you can handle it. Oh, wow, that's more than I can hold up to 300 kilograms? That's more than I can carry with the friggin' power suit. Good God, y'all.
Okay, Sam. Find your way to the building site. Use your map and compass if you don't remember the way. I'll contact you with additional instructions once you get close.
Drawback is that with the cargo attached to me, I cannot drive my bike at the same time. So I have to abandon it for now. But I can probably come back for it once I get this safe house built. So, not the end of the world, but at the very least, I've got an expanded, like, carry capacity now. It does slow me down, too, quite a bit. It's another drawback. But I think it's worth it. Shift right. Alright, I'm here at the destination.
Alright, you've made it. Let's get that safe house built.
You good to go, Sam?
PCC number 2.
First, equip your PCC and select Safe House.
There you go. Go ahead and build you. This will build the foundation right off the bat. And then all I gotta do is add supplies to the foundation. Imagine a world where we could just use 3D printers to construct all our shit like this. One day. Just make life a hell of a lot easier.
Sam, you'll want to get those materials over to the safe house sooner rather than later.
Complete the structure. So, drawback to making this thing. It requires special alloys. Good chances are this stuff is probably really difficult to find and probably really, really expensive. So, and it uses a shit ton of chiralium crystals. So, building these things is no small feat. Definitely gonna be taxing. But I can use Fragile to jump to these places. So there's a few locations where I can't fast travel to because they don't have safe houses built into their structures. Now when I do deliveries, I can take these routes. Doesn't mean I can immediately get there with all my supplies, because Fragile can only allow me to carry like a very minimal amount of stuff. But at the very least, it'll simplify many fast travel spots.
Thank you, Sam. This safe house will be a boon to countless others in the long run. I'm not just talking about the porters who'll use it as a stopover on the way to the weather station, but the people they help and the people they help. We're all connected to someone else, Sam. But you'll have the honor of being the first person to rest there.
Well, thank you. I feel so honored. But for now, let's go get my bike, and we're going to press on to getting that wheat over to the Timefall peeps. Those scientists. Those scientees. Teases. Oh.
Predicting the weather is akin to predicting the future. Some animals have a kind of sixth sense that helps them to avoid danger, but we have something far better. The ability to gather data and act accordingly. Only humans possess this power to plan ahead. We have the capacity to live each day imagining what tomorrow will be like. And our imagination once gave rise to a rich, vibrant culture. But somewhere along the line we lost sight of tomorrow. We reduced ourselves to animals, focused only on the here and now.
Oh, I can hear BB laughing. He's loving my little joyride downhill. Kind of a steep drop here, though. Huh. I wonder if there's an easier way to get across. Can I build a bridge here? And I can get down this way. Next time around, I'm gonna come back. I'll have to build a bridge here. I think I can build one that'll make it a little easier to get across. Granted, it's manageable enough, but still. Man, this whole area has been bombarded by timefall so much that it's constantly just dead. On the way back, I'll grab those cargoes. If I go back that direction anyways. Uh-oh. I'm in mule territory. Not good. And they're gonna find out where I'm at. Crap, that's a vehicle. Where'd I go? Through the wilderness. Just blow right through the crop. Through all this crop. Eat wheel, buddy! I think I made it. I think I should make it. Don't get hit by a friggin' spear. I made it. Woo! That went smoothly. Y'all a bunch of knuckleheads. Alright. Delivery! Delivery for timefall scientists. Make a delivery. Wheat for timefall farmers.
Delivering cargo.
Thank you. Bridges has always been so good to us. Amelie was a dear friend in the early days. She saw the value in what we were doing and led the effort to get our farm up and running. We've been waiting a long time to join the chiral network.
Let's have a look at that wheat you brought, shall we?
Well, LB, did you really bring us this much? How on earth did you manage? Oh, bless you.
Sam Porter Bridges. What you expect? I get S rank on everything. Except for the times I get A ranks. And that should push me to 99. Please push me to 100. Skip ahead. 101, even better.
By the way, you wouldn't happen to know Fragile, would you?
Yep.
If you see her, pass along a message for us. Tell her, thanks for saving our hides. If she hadn't stepped up south-north on our farm, we would have been wiped off the face of the earth. She's a hero. And you can tell her I said so. Alright, the network. Think you can get us online?
Yep. I'm gonna rip this shit off my throat. And we will boost you guys into the network. Now, how that necklace is able to do that, I don't really know. I don't understand it entirely, the Cupid. It's a strange piece of technology. Join the timefall already. Scan nullification.
You've been run down by mules after they pinged your cargo.
Yeah,
right?
just got done dealing with them.
Well, to help prevent that from happening again, we've upgraded your own cargo scanner. Say you're about to get pinged. If you time it right, you can return the favor and cancel out their pulse with your own. They'll be none the wiser, and you can carry on without worry. Timing is everything, though.
Okay, so if I time it right, I can stop them from identifying where my location's at.
Thank you. Now to start really using timefall to our advantage. Our farm will be a world first. Truth be told, we've got some test fields, but without the ability to predict timefall, the results have been less than stellar.
The timefall around here was fairly regular, so we had a reasonable idea of when to plant and when to harvest. But then the terrorists went and threw everything out of whack. Too many dead, too many craters. Weather became impossible.
Oh yeah, with so much dead bodies around, more timefall is going to occur and threw everything out of whack.
The plan, we'll be able to expand our operation and use timefall to cultivate whole swaths of land. We'll continue our genetic research too, of course, and see if we can't find a way to help develop a sustainable ecosystem. Hell, maybe we'll even stumble into some answers about the timefall while we're at it. Never work it out for us. But I'm up for the challenge. Thanks again, Sam. You've given us hope for a better tomorrow. I can't wait for the harvest.
That's the way, Sam. Halfway there. You can do it.
Really, halfway already.
But would you look at that? You've only just brought the Timefall farm into the network, and already we've got new orders. May as well make use of the return trip.
Suppose so.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information. Order assigned.
Let's take a look at this crop field real quick. I'm curious about it. Wow, what an ingenious system. This is a beautiful idea, really. Ingenious indeed. See what they're doing there with those poles? Those look like umbrellas of some kind, or like some kind of regulator, or maybe sensors. I think they're some kind of umbrellas though, where when it starts to rain, I think those umbrellas expand and they cover the area to stop the rainfall from hitting the crops, so they can control the amount of water that hits the crops to prevent it from killing the harvest. And obviously, these things, since they're machinery, they can just plow through it all and then grab all the harvest while it's under cover and then collect it all. It's an ingenious system. It's brilliant. Alright, so the next thing to do is to go back to the distro center. In which case, we might actually go through the weather. We're going to go back through the weather station the way we came. Before we do that, though, we're going to leave a PCC with... let's take this one right here.
Beginning scan. Scanning group.
So we're going to take this PCC right here. And we're going to make a generator right at the entrance.
You know, if you've got a floating carrier but no cargo worth mentioning, you might try something on it yourself.
Really? You can ride one of those floating carriers like a skateboard? Or like more like on your belly or on your butt kind of deal, yeah. Give that a shot later. Get this battery powered back up again.
Construction complete.
Alright. Cutting through the wilderness once more. Already spotted? I missed the timing. I could have nullified that. Let's blow right through the water. Cut through. Should be able to ditch these guys long before they actually get to me. They already lost them. May as well grab these lost cargoes, drop it off over to the weather station, get some extra likes, and get myself leveled up even faster. Man, there's a bunch of them here. That one might be a little bit too big for me, though. We'll find out in a moment, I suppose. Can I carry you? Can I drop you off? No, don't start whacking things. That's how you break shit. Let's carry you on my back. Maybe I can drop this thing off onto the bike. Can I carry that medium-sized thing on my back? Oh, that onto the bike. What's the other excess that will be too big? Erg. You know what? We're gonna leave this on the ground. Maybe I can carry that other stuff on the bike. Or at least on my back. Yeah, I can carry that on my back. That'll do fine. I mean, it's a decoy anyways, so it's fine. It's not the end of the world. I think it's worth the trade, ultimately in the end. Don't need to get them all, but it's a big chunk of likes I can get right off the bat. Oh man, my hematic grenades already got destroyed. Let's see if I can build a bridge here real quick. Can't really build it, but I can at least get the foundation set up. I don't got a sufficient enough bandwidth, really? Huh. I thought I'd have more than enough by now. I guess I gotta keep working with my clients here. Pretty rocky here. Double rainbows. Make deliveries. Let's go ahead and return these real quick. Strengthen my connections with these folks here, plus get a lot of likes.
Thank you for coming. Well, good.
Got a C rank for that one. Not too great a jump there. It's got a pretty good success rate. This one. Let's go ahead and do this one real quick.
Deploying
A lot of weight.
delivery bot.
It looks like it'll be pretty successful to get it done. Boy, that's a lot of material. Holy smokes. And then I can bring this back to South Distro. do another premium delivery. I can do that all at the same time. Keep building that up. Probably keep one of these on my clip. Load these onto the bike. And then attach it to the suit. Not the suit. Put on boot clip. That'll do the trick. And then what I'll be doing is that I'll break down those hermetic grenades for recycling. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Oh shit. The BT territory now. In this tiny ass area too. Not good. God, come on. How bad that cargo take damage from? Alright, it's not too bad. Still managing in there. I think, right? Let's take a look at it again. Nuts, right? Yeah. Still managing. Alright. Gotta deal with these guys. Their links are pretty... One's link got severed. One's link's still there. The deliveries. That one came by pretty well for the most part.
So, you ready? Looks good as new. My hat's off to you.
Hats off to you. Awesome. Got a good rating on that one.
Well, take care of yourself.
Got new orders too. Gotta bring something to the junk dealer and the film director. Yummy. A lot of hauling shit around. Let's go ahead and recycle a couple things right off the bat. Let's go ahead and recycle this. My hematic grenades are not in the best condition, but they're custom, so I want to make use of them while I got them. These ones still can be used too, so try to burn through those while I get an opportunity at some point. Worst case scenario, I'll just abandon the other stuff. That should be fine for now. Alright, what are my next orders? This one's urgent.
Heads up, Sam. This junk dealer's probably going to give you a hard time. He's got a rep for demanding the impossible and lodging complaints when folks don't come through. As usual, he wants a bunch of scrap, and he wants it ASAP, for whatever reason. According to Fragile's records, he's nothing but trouble. Doubt he'll treat you any better than he treated her. But I want you to do your best for him, regardless. If you're going to meet his deadline, you'll have to move fast. But don't take unnecessary risks and endanger yourself or your cargo. Oh, and if you're wondering why we don't just tell this guy to go to hell, we can't. Fact is, we need his shelter if we're going to push ahead with expanding the network. So, we gotta get on his good side. Easier said than done, considering how little interest he's shown in joining the UCA. But be nice, and if nothing else, try to get him to contract with us.
Okay. Well, I was able to get the old man to change his mind. Maybe I might be able to get this guy to change his mind for all I know. And a tablet delivery for the film director as well. So, we'll get the junk dealer done first, then we'll tackle the film director later. By the looks of it, luckily the film director, his cargo load is not too heavy. I can handle that, no problem. As of right now, I get the one PCC. So, not too worried about building that thing. But based on the location of where it needs me to go to get to here, I remember seeing like a big old ravine somewhere over here that was blocking me off from this section. So I'm gonna need some material, I think, to build a bridge. I think it's just one bridge I'll need to carry. So let's go ahead and tackle that in a moment here. Let's clean some material. And I think it was about 800 you need. So 2 400 batches. Or the bike. Because I'm not going to be carrying it. I'm going to have the bike carry it. Load it onto the bike. Load it onto the bike. And then that one last payload of float carriers will actually go into the private locker. I'm already carrying enough as it is. Okay. Let's keep on keeping on. Got 45 minutes to do this. This is no problem. It's a piece of cake. I can handle that. Right? I think.
Sam, it's Fragile.
Hey, Frag.
Though he calls himself a junk dealer now, your client used to work in comms as a repairman. Could fix anything, from simple wireless terminals to integral parts of the civic network. He was a good man. A pleasure to deal with.
What changed?
But after the attack near South Knot City, he changed. Not that I blame him. We gave him plenty of reason to distrust us.
Well, what happened? I'm curious now. Yeah, there's this ravine here that's blocking me off. So let's make a little path, because there's already a road path over here. So may as well put one right here. Build a bridge right here. Let's get get the vehicle a little closer than this, though. Right about there should do fine. Where's that PCC at? Insufficient chiral band? Really? Still? How? I'm right next to one. You cannot tell me I still have insufficient. What the fuck? How much band do I need? I have 8,200. How much does this thing take up? Ugh. Ugh. Give me a break. Well, that plan went to the shit.